Look, all of this mud. It's from where they've been like rubbing their bellies on it. Get an idea of how huge these elephants are.
But out here, you need to pick your campsite carefully.
Actually, hang on. No, it's going to be no good. Black ants. And these aren't just ordinary ants, they're vicious. Give a really painful bite, get a nip from one of these, your hand will swell up.
I don't want to share my camp with them. I'll try another.
Hey, look, it's completely hollow. Look at this, all the way up. Massive. And you might kind of think, yeah, this would be a good place to shelter in, so you've got natural coverage from the rain. But really, you'd be wrong. You know, you're so enclosed in here, and if something does come in, you've got nowhere to back out and escape to. And also, by the smell of it, something's already living in here. Maybe like some warthog, something like that. You're probably also going to have snakes and scorpions down in the roots here. But that one might be a little better.
It looks good. I'm gonna sleep on the ground, but to survive out here, you must always have an escape plan.
This tree's gonna be much better. If I can get up there, I'll have a really good view out.
Making a bolt hole isn't hard. Baobab bark is like a rind, and the inside like a sponge. I just need to chisel a few sticks to use as rungs to build a ladder before dark.
There's not a lot of daylight left, actually, and a good way of judging is just to measure the distance from the sun down to the horizon. If you put your hand out, and then the distance between your little finger and the next finger is 15 minutes. So I can measure 15, 30, it's about half an hour of light left. So I need to get a wiggle on. And you just need to put one more in. And I reckon that would do. What a view. Well, it's not exactly roomy up here, but it would keep you safe from the animals. But before it gets dark, I want to just put one more of these in. And it's this that you'd use to secure yourself to.
Just in case you need an escape route in the night. It saved a friend of mine when his camp was attacked by buffalo. No wonder the baobab is known as the tree of life. I've got an escape if I need it. Now I need food.
The catfish is ready to go. Put him along like this. And then he's not going to burn. He's not directly over the flames. And a good way of judging a good distance, if you're going to hold your hand there for about 5 seconds and then it gets too hot, that's about right.
It's like eating warm mud, but it's protein and it's good energy.
And I've got everything I need here. I've got warmth, I've got shelter, and I've got food. And a pretty awesome soundtrack to listen to whilst I eat it. The sound of Africa.
I'm in the bush in Zambia, in the heart of Africa. I've spent the night sleeping under this baobab tree, and now I'm up in the branches to get food, ready for my next challenge.
I'll probably stand a better chance, actually, from down there.
As soon as I've eaten, I'm heading into the mountains.
Okay, we've got some baobab fruit. And these fruits are great, you know, baboons will enjoy this.
It's a staple food across Africa.
And this really does have loads of vitamin C in it. And look, you see it looks like kind of crumbly cheese, but it tastes like just dried out cheesecake. My favourite.
Time to get moving.
Okay, I'm going to take this, some of this charcoal that I can use later. And then over there, you can see where I'm going to, the escarpment.
Always get on the move early, before the crippling heat and humidity take their toll.
One of the struggles out here is just getting water that you can drink that's fresh. Now you can get it from the river, but you've got to boil it. But one thing you can do at this time of day in the early morning, when you've got long grass, is just collect the dew. And one way of doing that, take my shirt off, tie that then. And that should get nice and damp now.
This is an old trick I picked up from an army friend. In thick dew, it should soak up plenty of water.
And this should be wet enough now. And they always talk about water tasting like fresh dew. Well, this is like that, but with a hint of sweat. But it worked, it's clean, and it's drinkable.
You can get as much as 1/4 of a litre in a couple of hours. Now I'm heading deeper into the bush. As it's a rainy season, water's plentiful. Animals no longer need to stay close to the river, and that means you're more likely to get a dangerous surprise.
Just an incredible sight. Almost all of them are females with their young, and that makes them especially protective and therefore dangerous.
If they think their young are threatened, they'll attack. In Zambia, 10 people a year are trampled or gored to death by elephants.
I don't think I've ever seen so many elephants. Look, all the way across the horizon, this plain. I mean, there must be 80 of them here, at least. I tell you, my heart is just pounding.
They can be as tall as 13 foot and weigh as much as 8 tons. The first sign of danger is when they flap their ears and grunt.
But these guys really are huge. Close up, you just realise what massive animals they are.
If the wind was in the other direction, I could be in trouble. If they charge, you're supposed to hold your ground. But they can run at nearly 20 miles an hour.
The only reason I can get this close is because I'm downwind of them. The wind's coming towards me, and therefore they can't smell me. They have very bad eyesight, but very good sense of smell. But it's quite an intimidating place, this. Just feel them all closing in all around now. And it's weird because part of me just wants to back away and run, but part of it's quite mesmerizing. You just kind of feel rooted to the ground. You see they're all turning and leaving now. If only they could know how completely defenseless I am, standing out amongst all this grass. But what a privilege to see. I've never seen anything quite like this. As quickly as they appeared, boom, yeah, they've gone. Kind of senses overload. You know, Impala running in front of the elephants. And really, you know, you could spend weeks and weeks and weeks in the bush and not see such a spectacular sight.
If there are elephants here, though, there must be a watering hole nearby. Just the sort of place for giant edible bullfrogs.
Go on, have a look at this. It's in you through the grass. And these bullfrogs are the biggest frogs in southern Africa. But all of the frogs down here are edible, but they do protect themselves. And you know, some frogs will like secrete this poison off the back to deter predators, but this guy's got these big, like, lower teeth. so I don't want to just try and grab him. I'll end up getting bit by him. But I know what I can do to